Fellow Biafrans, steadfast members of the global IPOB family, friends of freedom, and every man and woman of conscience, I address you today with a heavy heart, but with a mind of steel and a message of absolute, unmovable clarity. The attention of the Directorate of States has been drawn to the latest clownish antics of one barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, a man who, despite being formally and irrevocably sacked by our supreme leader, Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu, continues to parade himself as the legal representative of the indigenous people of Biafra. He waves a worthless piece of paper, a so-called reinstatement letter from the expelled Chika Edoziem gang, a congregation of saboteurs who have no authority, no legitimacy, and no standing whatsoever in IPOB. Let me say this in plain language that even a child can understand. Ifeanyi Ejiofor, you were sacked by Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu. You remain sacked. No gang of disgraced renegades can resurrect you. You are dismissed, finished. It is final. Now, let us address a particular non-snating lie, a brazen falsehood that exposes the true character of this man. In his recent press release, Ifeanyi Ejiofor has the audacity, the shamelessness to claim that he voluntarily left the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2023. What a blatant, contemptible lie. Who in Biafra land does not know the truth? He was debriefed and sacked by our leader. He did not walk away. He was shown the door. He was pushed out because his services were no longer required. To now turn around and spin a fairy tale of voluntary departure is an insult to the intelligence of every Biafran. Let this be a warning to all who are listening. A lawyer who finds lying so easy, so effortless, so natural, is an extremely dangerous individual. A man who can stand before the public and manufacture a self-serving falsehood about his own dismissal with a straight face is a man capable of anything. If he will lie about his sack, what else will he lie about? If he will forcefully his own history, what document will he not fabricate? What trust can ever be placed in such a person? A lawyer is an officer of the court, sworn to truth and integrity. Yet here stands Ifeanyi Ejiofor, weaving deception as easily as he breathes. This is not just professional misconduct. This is a profound character bankruptcy. To be absolutely precise, so that no room remains for his propaganda machine to twist the facts. Ifeanyi Ejiofor was verbally and informally debriefed by our supreme leader in 2023. That was the first stage of his exit, a quiet, behind-the-scene removal necessitated by his accumulating failures. Today, that informal debriefing has been formalized today. He has been officially, procedurally, and permanently sacked. The sacking has moved from verbal to documented, from informal to constitutional. There is no ambiguity. There is no loopholes. There is no path back. The door is shut. The locks have been changed. He's out completely, totally, and irreversibly. It was Onyendu who engaged you on behalf of IPOB. It is the same Onyendu who has now disengaged you, first verbally in 2023, and now formally and official. That is the beginning and the end of the matter. Any claim to the contrary is a criminal impersonation built on a foundation of lies, and it will be met with full force of the law. People must learn to read, especially those who call themselves educated and hang certificates on their walls. The IPOB Code of Conduct is not a secret document buried in the archives. It is our supreme operational law. Section 2, subsection A, is a critically clear. The power to appoint, power to suspend or dismiss any principal officer, including legal representative, resides exclusively with the Supreme Leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, unless he expressly and formally delegates that power. No committee of the expelled, no cartel of the bitter, no gathering of disgruntled opportunists can override this law. To attempt it is an act of constitutional treason against the IPOB structure. Let us be blunt. Some individuals are trying to infect our Biafran struggle with terminal disease of Nigerian character, a culture of impunity, a fragrant disregard for rules, and the elevation of personal ego above collective discipline. We will not permit it, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Biafra will be built on granite pillars of discipline, order, and ironclad respect for our own laws. If you cannot read and obey the IPOB Code of Conduct, then you have no business, absolutely none, claiming any position in this movement beyond the lies, beyond impersonation, lies, a catastrophic record of professional failure. Ifeanyi Ejiofor's incompetence has already caused IPOB and our leader clearly, dearly, and mostly chaotic, unprofessional work. His monumental failure to file a simple preliminary objection to Abubakar Malami's perceived patently illegal civil stay of execution is the direct reason our supreme leader languishes in illegal detention today. That single catastrophic, unforgivable error set off a chain reactions, a legal avalanche that snowballed into the sham convictions and life sentence in Sokoto court, a sentence imposed without any written law in the books of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is not a personal quarrel. This is professional indictment of historic proportions. A lawyer who claims expertise could not differentiate between the clear, distinct boundaries of civil and criminal procedure. Worse, he attempted to mix the two into a poisonous legal cocktail. It was this foundational blunder that emboldened Justice Tasiemani to deliver one of the most sacrilegious rulings in judicial history, using a civil stay of execution to overturn an equitable equivalent discharge by the same court of appeal. That abomination of a ruling is now under Fenn's coordinated legal assault at the Court of Appeal. And let me reveal this to the world. The Nigerian government is running scared. They have failed and continue to fail. To file any meaningful response, the international community is watching. The entire world is watching the Nigerian judicial squirm, wondering how they can defend what is legal indefensible. Ifeanyi Ejiofor and his tiny band of pretenders are playing with fire. They are taking a monumental risk. I advise them to consult genuine, sober, and learned counsel outside their echo chamber before continuing their dangerous charade of phony. Ejiofor's continued criminal presentation of himself as IPOB lawyer, despite official disengagement by our leader, will be litigated to the fullest, most aggressive extent of the law. We will use even every lawful instrument, every jurisdictions, every court to drum one lesson into his head and into his heads of anyone tempted to follow him. The absolute necessity of professional discipline and unconditional surrender to legitimate authority. And let this serve as a final unequivocal warning to the general public within and beyond Biafran land. Any person, any institution, any entity that chooses to deal with Ifeanyi Ejiofor or the gang of expelled traders parading as IPOB leadership must know with absolute certainty that they are doing so at their own risk. You cannot claim ignorance. You have been warned. If you transact with a sack lawyer and a band of expelled imposters, you are dealing with unauthorized persons and will bear the full consequences, legal, moral, and otherwise. We will not entertain any plea of, "We did not know." Today, this message has gone out. The word has been put on notice. Deal with Ifeanyi Ejiofor and his co-travelers at your own peril. To the ignorant voices whispering that IPOB cannot sue or challenge him because of proscription, you are poorly informed and pathetically naive. IPOB is currently actively before the Supreme Court of Nigeria, challenging that same illegal proscription. No other country on the face of this earth regards IPOB as a terrorist organization. The African Union Commission on Human and People's Rights formally communicated to the late President Buhari, making it unequivocal that the AU does not and will not consider IPOB a terrorist group. The United Nations, the European Union, the United Kingdom, all have made their official position critical clear. IPOB is not a terrorist organization. We have nothing to fear. The law is our weapon, and we will wield it fearlessly against any impostor. Nigerian lawyers like Ifeanyi Ejiofor should read their law books and relevant authority before offering misguided advice or parading stolen titles. The binding incontestable documents in IPOB is our code of conduct. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody commands more authority in this organization than our Supreme Leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His word is advisory. His word is final, supreme, and immediately executable. So, let this message ring out across Biafra land and across the world, loud and unambiguous. IPOB, under the supreme leader of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Fourth Administration, Directorate of State, will not be divided. We will not be distracted. We will not be diverted by compromised elements, expelled fraudsters, liars, or their shadowy sponsors. The era of impunity is dead and buried. The era lies over. A new era of iron, disciplined, ruthless truth has begun. I call on all genuine, faithful, and unwavering Biafrans to remain vigilant, remain disciplined, remain laser-focused, and united with an unbreakable chain around our Supreme Leader. The battle for Biafran total liberation continues with renowned intensity, and let no one doubt it. Victory is not just possible. Victory is mathematically certain. It is only a matter of time. Thank you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the God of justice, bless Biafra, protect our Supreme Leader, and expose every liar and impostor in our land and in our midst. I remain your loyal and faithful servant, Mazi Chris Mwag.